Hi, everybody. It is Jacqueline Hyde, and it is Monday. So, of course, we are talking about eating and entertaining. And this is all in an effort to drum up some interest for the Syndicated Soiree on April 17th, which is the day before my birthday. And I am looking forward so much to this event because we have a stellar lineup. People who have inspired me over the last year, especially, but also over the last few years. And I've just been watching them grow personally as entertainers. And their social marketing is on point. They've got beautiful costumes, beautiful style. They are just awesome humans. And so I'm really looking forward to having them and all of that. Today, excuse me, allergies. It is spring. We have just celebrated the first day of spring, and the allergies are really bad here in Washington. Anyway, I am excited to bring back our lovely wine educator, Cher Donnay. And she will be talking with us today about my personal favorites, which are the red wines. And I specifically really enjoy a Shiraz or Syrah, and also the Malbecs and deeper Merlots and whatnot. And so I'm going to bring back the lovely Cher Donnay. Hi.
Well, hello.
How are you today?
Oh, hanging in there, So I drink wine, so everything is good. So
everything is good when we drink wine. So, yes. Cher, tell me what wines we will be talking about today.
Well, this was a little bit tougher to select my three favorites, or the three that I'm going to discuss tonight, just because there were so many different combinations and so many different types of recipes. But I think I settled on three really good ones that give a little bit of variety. So, and this is going to help you really come up and help you orchestrate that perfect meal, because these are your entrees. So these are your full-on entrees for the night of the Syndicated Soiree. You want to have your wine, you want to have your dinner, you want the whole experience, and you can do it, even though it's virtual. So
that's right.
But then do it. This is the beautiful part. You could get all dressed up, maybe up here, put on some bling, some jewels, and then you can have your pajama bottoms on. No one will know.
Nobody would know.
Nobody would know. So let's see. We have our first wine is the Fleur Bleue California 7 Petals. This is a newest wine from last month. It was sent in the wine club. It is a dry red blend, and it is, I will say, blend is a good word for it. There's a mix of a little bit of everything in this one. We get some Cabernet Sauvignon, which is about 50%, and your favorite, a very young Petite Syrah, 30%. And the rest is a Ruby, a Syrah, a Merlot, a Cab Franc, a Petit Verdot. But it all brings it all together to have a cherry, plum, blackberry, cacao, toasted oak flavor. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing. I love red blends so much, especially that particular combination, because it doesn't matter necessarily what you have as a heavier meal. Or, even if you were to make a sangria from that,
absolutely. Absolutely.
It would go very well with sangria. So what would you pair that with?
Here's the easy part. Now, this is one of my favorite beef dishes. It is a slow cooker braised short rib with polenta.
Yep.
And you could put it right in the slow cooker. The picture, when you see the photo of it, you want it already. It looks so tender, and it builds up that nice gravy in there. And it calls for some red wine vinegar, but I would go ahead and put put the 7 petals in there with it. Can you imagine the
You
way
know,
the tenderness of that meat? I mean, cook with these wines. Throw a
yeah.
couple of, a cup in there. It doesn't have to be a lot,
Mhm.
just enough to get those flavors going. But yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. I would definitely
More
do that.
people need to start cooking with wine. My grandmother taught me
Yeah.
how to do that. And, it'd be a combination of either the whites or the reds, depending upon
Right,
the type
right.
of dish that I was making. But in stews, and especially,
Yes.
like the
Mhm.
slow cooker type of meals,
Yeah.
having a
Yes.
nice heavy red,
Oh yeah. And
so good.
just adding that into this, and when you see this photo of this dish, I mean, I think this is going to be the one I make. I think this is going to be
Yeah.
it, because I love a good short rib, but they're not like the best
Mhm.
part of the meat, but there's something
Right.
about them when they get a nice gravy and a little sauce to go with it. So, well, I'm so, as you can see, I'm sold.
Well, also too,
So,
it's throwing it into the slow cooker or the
right?
Instapot and being able to
8
walk
hours.
away from it,
It does.
like it,
Yeah.
you can go about doing whatever you need to do
Mhm.
for your
Mhm.
day, but then still have
Absolutely.
something fancy at night. And if you are
Absolutely.
planning, if you do have your vaccinations now and you are planning on having a couple people over to your house to watch the syndicated soiree, vaccinations and your circle of friends, right? Like,
Correct.
hey, a slow cooker meal is the way to
It's
go.
perfect. It's perfect. I agree. I agree. So that's number one. Number
Okay.
two is a homage 2019 Lodi Petite Syrah. This one I
Mm.
picked for you. So
Oh, thank you.
it has aromas of blackberry, raspberry, blackcurrant. It is attractive and smooth, and
Mm.
just really all around full, robust flavor with a nice, smooth finish. Okay.
Nice.
Now, most people think beef or pasta or Italian with reds.
Mm-hmm.
This is recommended a roast turkey with smoked paprika.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
the seasoning of this turkey looks amazing in this photo. And I think
Mm-hmm.
with those particular aromas and fruits, that
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be fantastic combination. So
Actually, it is, to be perfectly
yeah,
honest. There's a
yeah.
restaurant out here in the Seattle area, and they serve Middle Eastern, but also like Southern Eastern European foods.
Mhm, mhm.
And they have this dish that is like a spicy turkey with the
Mm.
paprika,
Oh
and they
yeah.
serve it over saffron rice, but it's like this
Oh.
gravy. It's almost like it's not a goulash. It is, oh gosh, it's like a beef stew with that heavy
Right.
gravy,
Oh,
but made
nice.
with turkey.
And then
And
with turkey,
it's
right?
spicy. It's so good. And to have it with
Yeah.
the petite sirah, because of the
Mhm.
berry flavors that are within it, it makes
Right,
it
exactly. And
perfect
picks
blend
it'll
with it.
just, oh yeah,
Mhm.
it's gonna be fantastic. So that's
Yeah.
another great recipe too. And then the third wine is a drier red. It is Joy Cellars 2019 California Bliss. And what this is, a Cabernet Franc, a Tannin, and a Merlot. It
Mm.
has a strawberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, raspberry, a smoky, meaty, and
Mm.
very
That
earthy feel
that
to
would be
it.
good for a vegetarian dish.
Yes, absolutely. But
Mhm.
what I have paired it with is an Instapot Mississippi roast.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I love my Instapot. I'm just gonna
Yes.
say.
So there's a great Instapot recipe.
Great.
Again, feel free to add a little bit of the wine in there. It'll
Mhm.
just. I mean, when you see this too, I mean, the meat just looks so tender and wonderful. And I think that, and it also has a little bit of the pepperoncinis in there. So you get a little bit
Mhm.
of spice. And then I think that's the
Mhm.
Mississippi part of it. But but yeah, so but this, you're right. This would also be great for a vegetarian dish.
Mhm.
It just is a great all around dry red. So,
Mhm.
but
It would be
that's what I
great with
have
a
for you this
risotto,
evening.
like a mushroom
Yes,
risotto.
Mushroom risotto. That's exactly what I was thinking. That would be delicious. Or even a mushroom with fettuccine, almost like, and have like that sour cream and mushroom based sauce with that. That would be delicious with it too. So a lot of
Absolutely.
options there. A lot of options there. So that's what I have for you for minutes.
And so everybody can go to sharewineevents.com and click through to either see the recipes that we talked about tonight, or, well, even better yet, order their wine.
Yes.
And if you delivered.
Absolutely. And it'll be delivered right to your doorstep. So it usually takes, I think our cutoff date we decided was next week, April 5th. So we're close.
Yep.
We're very close. So you want to have your wines right there in front of you for the Syndicated Soiree on April 17th. And I wouldn't order any late than Monday, especially now there's been a lot of shipping issues lately. So, I mean, I would do it as soon as possible. And there's a great promo going on. So if you're not sure what you would like, you've heard about my whites, you heard about the reds, you want to try a combination. If you buy 3 bottles, that third bottle is going to be half off, and the shipping is $15. So you're going to get yourself a great selection of wines. And of course, feel free to message me and I can help you select the ones that you're interested in, depending upon what you're going to be having. And I would be glad to help with that. So
I can't wait to order mine. I'm trying to pick. I just don't know. I know Bubbles. Hard. We talked about that last week. It's going to be Bubbles.
Bubbles is coming next week. And desserts.
I know.
Well, you should see.
The desserts section of our conversation is going to be really long because I like dessert and dessert really likes me.
They had one pictured with the molten lava cake. Oh, I can't. I'm gonna. It's just sinful. Just sinful.
Oh boy, this is gonna be dangerous. Yes. Well, Cher, as always, it is lovely to talk to you, and I'm really excited for your business, just in general, as an independent wine educator and person who shares wine events and whatnot. And I see your 2021 being booming as we come out of this haze that is the COVID. And everybody's going to get their vaccine. Everybody's going to be booking events like crazy. And it's going to be awesome.
It is. So, I agree.
Very good. Well, we will talk to you next Monday. And I will put you on pause. And I'm going to wrap up our session.
Good. Thank you again for a wonderful session.
Yeah. So, everybody, I am very excited for the weeks to come. We are 17 days away from the Syndicated Soiree, or at least that was the countdown. There's 17 days and change. But I don't know. Technology. I am looking forward to having as many people as possible on the Zoom webinar that is streaming directly out of my website, JacquelineHyde.com. And the ticket page that you go to that is listed down here, right there, that ticket link there, you will be able to purchase and watch directly from that link. You will also be able to see the wonderful lineup of the cast. You will also be able to see our sponsors and also have connection to Cher Donnay. And if you choose to become a sponsor yourself, maybe you have a small business or a large business and you want to contribute, artists still need your help to keep what we're doing alive and help you get your name and brand out there as well. I'm looking forward to having every single one of you attend the virtual event. And I'm Jacqueline Hyde, and that is Eating and